interesting. That's weird. Hey, can you guys hear me now? Um, okay, I can hear myself. Never mind. We're good. All right. Well, welcome everybody. We're kind of just chilling, waiting on the teams to show up. We have an exciting matchup here though between Team 3 and Ninja Turts, the best 1-4 team of all time. Um, and yeah, Team making a reappearance here. We haven't seen them in a while. Returning with Alves, Yak, and Yukolovich to be say it right, but I'm shortening it to Yak, and Zelda guy. So there are some returning after about a split. I think they took off. So back when they were Team 2. So this should be an exciting matchup today. Once all that gets underway, I will start talking more, draft and all that. But I
racking up 100 years of service and paving the way for millions of miles of open road. Then, now, always, Erie Insurance.
Why shop at Burlington? Maybe it's the deals that are new each time you drop by. Maybe it's the brand names you'll be shocked Burlington has in store. Or maybe it's the quality of the items, the amazing selection, and the newest trends. If you like to save, but also like to stay in style, Burlington is your answer. And the question you'll be asking yourself is, why go anywhere else? Burlington. Deals, brands, wow.
Your next car. Your dream car. The car that marks a new beginning. Wherever life takes you and whoever you're looking to be, there's a car for that on Cars.com. Shop over 2 million cars for 2 million possibilities. And with up to 50,000 cars added daily, the right one is waiting. Find your next possibility on Cars.com. Where to next? Tap the banner to start your search.
Okay, I am back. I have arrived. Sorry about that, guys. Just wanted to finish my food. And as you can see, we were waiting on some people, so. But everybody has arrived here, so we should be good to go. Should note there is a sub for the side of Team 3. Souls will be filling in as Nilu, I think it was, is out. For whatever reason, not responding, I guess, what's going on. So that is the situation. So they will be losing a ban there for the side of Team 3 for the series, just a single ban in the first rotation of bans. Otherwise, everything should be normal as usual. Are they having an issue with the drafter? Let me see if it's the same drafter. Yeah, it's the same. I'm making sure that I'm not off pages here. I don't know what's going on. I think there's a different one now, actually. What's happening? Are we like in band phase and I just don't know what's going on? Sorry, guys. Okay, so I apologize for that. Apparently, because Nexus was having issues with the in-game chat on League, he didn't see the drafter, and he made his own. So, nevertheless, here we are. Here's the here's the bands and picks. Holy moly! Can you guys tell I'm a little rusty? It's been a while. It's almost like I took a whole 3 months off. I also want to give fair warning to everybody today. I'm not going to be at my 100% self when it comes to casting. So if you're expecting the hypeness, it might not come out as much. I'm still kind of sick. I've been sick since like Tuesday, so it's been a rough go of things. All right, well, we can start talking about draft a bit. So as we see, Ninja Turtles opting for that B1 Rakan. It's interesting to see support taken as early as that, especially because I don't think Rakan is in a really OP spot. Maybe it's really good for the series. I don't know what everybody plays right now. Team 3 going for the Misfortune J4, so it looks like they're opting in for more of a press R comp already. You know, team fight heavy, round of the objectives. Ninja Turtles now answering with the B3 Corki. Corki not known for super high amounts of DPS when it comes to tanks, so I wonder if there's going to be any of those picked up on the side of Team 3 to make Corki's life hard, like maybe a Scion, for example, Cassante. But the Lee Sin is going to be grabbed here on 3. Lee Sin known to be very good into Jarvan, so not surprised by that. And rounding out the first phase of picks, it looks like we're going to be locking in a Seraphine. At least we're hovering that. No, swapping to a Poppy. I like Poppy a lot here. Assuming it's a Poppy support, that'll make it hard for the Rakan to freely get in. It's going to be pretty decent into Lee Sin as well. And then obviously Corki W, the Valkyrie there. So I think it's a pretty good lock. She has a lot of disruption. Now there can be some situations where using her ult could see some anti-synergy with the EMF. But with that being said, hopefully with coordinated play, it will not be a problem. Alright, but we do opt for a Ornn ban here, as well as Nakali. So knocking both these champions off the board. I do think Ornn is a very good ban from Ninja Turtles. Deny a big tank, one of the better tanks in the game. Like I said, I think it's pretty much Ornn and Scion are the best tanks right now. And then also sets up the MF and J4 super well with the long engage. And Orianna, yeah, they're not going to let them have this team fight heavy comp that they look like they were leaning towards. So some smart bans here from Ninja Turtles' side. Meanwhile, on Team, I don't know if Akali needed to be banned here. You kind of had the Poppy to deal with it. I understand maybe you want the Poppy to only have one job, and it's like, okay, you just mark the Rakan. Um, so I guess in terms of that, it's good to get off the board. She is pretty strong at the moment. And then Talia. Talia is very interesting as there's not a lot of dashes in this team, but at the same point, dashes aren't always necessarily what Talia is also good into. She's good at dealing with immobile champions, which Vel'Koz, as they pick here on R4, is. So I do think Talia is not a bad ban, and she's certainly really strong right now. Very good at getting set up around objectives with that Weaver's Wall. Vel'Koz is a very spicy pick, by the way. We don't see a lot of Vel'Koz. Gonna see how this kind of pans out. Meanwhile, Ninja Turts are responding with a B4 Hwei. We all know Hwei, obnoxious champion. Nobody wants to deal with that. No, jokes aside, he's very good. He artillery mage. He does what you need. Got good CC. Doesn't bring crazy amount of DPS. A lot of burst though. And then Renekton looks to be the lock here for blue side. And if it is, that's going to make Ninja Turt's comp pretty good. I think he rounds it out well. Good flanker. And it makes it kind of hard for Poppy, right? Poppy's kind of job here is like, how do I stop all the champions? You don't, right? You got to choose one. And I think, again, marking the Rakan might be the best answer. At least in trying to find his way in for like any crazy kicks. So far, it doesn't even look like it's a possibility. And I feel like J4 can stop the kind of flanking Renekton. Let me lock in Cho'Gath as our R5 for Team 3. Yeah, Cho'Gath's pretty good. I think Sion is a better tank, but Cho'Gath is definitely a good champion. Don't really know too much about the matchup into Renekton. I assume it's probably like most Renekton matchups. Renekton wins early, Cho'Gath scales, Renekton loses. I'm sure it's something like that. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay, well, that's fine. You told. So, for clarification, if anyone's wondering, I was just informed of this as well. Swagging on Mom is a alt account for Mr. Lupa. Let's just say Swagging on Mom, aka Mr. Lupa, is being very bad and might have got himself chat banned. So,
I'm
can't play on the account.
sharpening my feathers.
Let's just say, don't do that, guys. Be good League of Legends players. Don't get yourself banned on solo queue. But yeah, if anyone's wondering that, if you see level 36 accounts, that is why it is an alt account. Now it's out there, so now you guys can find out what he's playing.
People fear what they cannot understand.
Respectively, scouting this team in the future. Aha, joke's on him. Well, I mean, that's if he's got.
My countermeasures are
stuff
ready,
that's going.
even if you are not.
I feel like this happened a couple splits ago too. Somebody else did the exact same thing, got banned on their account.
I assure you,
I think it's
I am quite patient.
kind of funny, but also like, stop being toxic, guys. You know? No place for toxicity. This is not allowed in the League of Legends community. That we see it every
I'd
single.
rather be home anyway.
I'm genuinely curious. If anybody in chat is out there, where do you guys think that the toxicity in League and really the whole gaming community like stems from? You know, like I've been trying to figure that out for so long. Because for me, I don't see the point of being like disgusting to another human in any way. Yeah, banter is cool once in a while, you know, like when you get on the football field and you kind of jockey back and forth saying stuff to each other, and you know, like you're a DB and he's a wide receiver or something like that. Like that's whatever, right? And I think if you're doing that in a light way, it's whatever. You mean it's solo queue. It comes off the wrong way sometimes, but it's a light, you know. But why are we like so toxic and rude to one another in the gaming community? I just don't get it. Maybe there's some psychology majors out here that can tell me, but something I've been curious about. Because I'd love to change the landscape of gaming. I'd love to be like, hey, like let's be nicer to each other. Let's have good sportsmanship and let's just play games and have fun. Because that's realistically that's all we want to do, right? We all want to just come home from work or school and just hop in a game and enjoy ourselves, right? Isn't that the whole point of games? It's a hobby, right? For most people, not all people.
Let's to the forge.
Nevertheless, you guys ignore my rant about toxicity. I'm just rambling.
Grounded?
You're scared. To know.
How do we feel about these two comps? Do we have an opinion on which comp is gonna win and which comp is gonna lose? Or who we favor? Good take, by the way, Spaceman. I just read what you had to say there. About the toxic part, at least. Quirky Rakan, yeah, I mean, Quirky and Rakan should have, I think, a pretty like good level, early levels, right? I think getting that gun is pretty strong, assuming that's what he starts. Kind of just walk up and auto people to death for free with the thing on. But MF is no slouch in the trading department early on, especially with her, I forget the name of it, double tap. Poppy, obviously, though, being melee. I mean, Rakan's kind of melee, but not really. That'll be a little harder. I mean, she can obviously use her buckler for at least one long-range auto. So I do feel like level 1 should go to Rakan Corki, and assuming they get the lane priority from there, it's going to be nice for their tempo. They should be able to at least win the early part of the game. And then that's just a question of how do they utilize that. And then Corky's going to like spike super hard at the Triforce, right? So We'll definitely have to see. Matchup easier to execute, but if blue gets ahead, that's a tough go. Yeah, I do agree with that take. The only part of the ease of oh wait, I forgot this new league client's all buggy. Okay, anyways, the only thing about that CLT is I do think there is an ease of execution for 4 of those champions. The Poppy's job here is very much not as easy, especially because if she uses her ult the wrong way. I kind of spoke on this before. Like that could be some missed synergy there with the MF. As long as the Poppy is on top of playing a really solid game, though, I do agree that the ease of execution comp has a better chance of winning in that aspect. But left comp, yeah, I mean they're gonna spike. Their mid early game spikes are crazy. So 1-2 items for most of these champions are absolutely absurd. And if they get a big enough lead, I mean you pretty much the rest of the comp can't do anything about it. Alright. The match is about to start. Got about a minute left. Pretty excited for the first cast of this 2025 Fall Sweat League. Second game of the split, but a big weekend. I will note I'm not probably gonna do the cast anymore after this, unfortunately. But hopefully people do pick up a couple of these series today. There's 3 today, 2 tomorrow, so it's a very busy weekend. But I will definitely at least get this one, and then I'll get one tomorrow. So let's hope somebody else can hop on tonight and cast another Saturday series. Yeah, well, that one on Monday CLT is a week 2 matchup, so I'm not even thinking about week 2 right now, right? But yeah, there is one on Monday as well. I think it's like Femboys and Instinct, which should be a really hype series. We normally record the show that day, at least in the past, me and CLT have. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to get to that series. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody else get this? And why is it doing this? And it just does this at random times. Like what? So stupid. But I already know if I do anything, if I close my client, it's just not going to work. It's just going to give me the same issue. So I have to let it repair itself and then go into the game. Okay, cool. There it goes. Oh, no. See, it was a whole different issue though. It's the repair file thing. It happens when I'm going into games sometimes too. Just randomly. The client is broken. I don't want to do a full reinstall. I'm too lazy for all that jazz, bro. Especially because it fixes itself. Like it just repaired itself. Like it fixed. But it just seems to happen a lot nowadays. Alright. Yo, why is my... Okay. Dude, it was scaring me. I was like, is it not showing up? Alright.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Small indie company.
30 seconds until minions
Well,
spawn.
Looks like Nexus is trying to get himself a ward here, but he did use his W over the wall. Zelda is not aware, though, that they're all walking in. He should see them now. Here comes the flag, but I think that was kind of a misstep here from Zelda. He's going to flash away. A lot of damage out of this Lee Sin. But Zelda will survive there with just burning his flash.
Minions have
I think I can't breathe, guys. I'm literally dying. I have this medicine, but I don't want to take it right now because it tastes so disgusting. But I might have to go take a swig of that. Interesting. So both junglers opting for starts on their buffs. So really nice W there out of Nexus. Not really surprised. That man is a gamer. Early game, kind of going as anticipated here for the bot lane. Oh, you know what? Let me fix this too. It's gonna mess me up. I was gonna say that there's a flash in there by Alves. Does get Sam Lad's flash, getting distracted by other things. Alves gonna die for this though. Nice counter gank from the Lee Sin. Really well played. And that means he's gonna get a nice invade off on to J4's blue side. Question is, how many camps is he gonna pick up? Ooh, Swagger and Mom is gonna pick himself up a nice solo kill in the top lane. Kind of also anticipated this. We kind of discussed Renekton early, right? And Ninja Turts off to a nice lead early on here. Already almost up to 2K. Kind of crazy for an early game, or I should say, not almost up to. It's close though. 1.3K or so. Substantial lead nonetheless. Start the early game. A repeat gank here onto Sam Lad. Very smart from Alves. Obviously lost his whole blue side. Zelda does take some damage here. Kill is going to go over to the J4. Unfortunate that the J4 got it over the Vel'Koz there. Renekton kind of finds himself in a weird spot, but he does have flash. Going to use this. Oh, a beautiful prediction there out of Yakovic. Oh my goodness. Does have one more dash. Does get the flash out of the Cho'Gath, but that is going to be a kill for Alves. That rupture was absolutely insane there from the Cho'Gath. Nice steadfast presence there by Souls. As you see, all the trading here down in the bot lane has resulted in about a 10 CS lead. As they're going to turn onto this Poppy, gets the flash. Now Tango's going to drop the barrier to keep on trading. Big Sexpert does hold onto his barrier, but at what cost? Both bot laners here for Team 3 are very low. Zelda does hit 6, but so does Samlad. They're going to trade alts. Might be a 1-for-1 in the mid lane. It is going to be. Okay. All-out war. And neither member survives. We got ourselves engaged. Beautiful knock-up here coming out of Alves. They're going to pick up a kill, but a nice kick flash coming out of lead. Going to find a kill onto Big Sexpur, but he's going to fall to the Poppy in a trade as a flash in there is going to secure the kill onto Alves. A lot of trading here in kills as we see more kills going over as Zelda guy picks himself up a kill onto the Hawaii. And give them a double kill. So in the end, it's going to be, what is that, like a 4-for-2 in favor of red side here? Pretty massive for team. Swagging on Mom now is going to find himself in a really, really bad spot. He's going to be able to slice and dice his way out of here. That does mean he does not have his Dominus. But they are going to get tempo here on the Grubs. Very interesting. You see 3 members of Team 3 up here, but they're none the wiser, not reacting to this play. And that's all 3 Grubs going over to the side of Ninja Turts. So, very interesting. Especially with the Poppy roam. Maybe they didn't feel comfortable with Cho'Gath resetting, but I mean, they should have known that the Necton probably did the same. And so, going in for a little bit of an all-in, or at least some damage from Zelda on the Sam Lad. And here comes Alves. He does have that Cataclysm. See how they do play it. Nice knock-up. Zelda barely surviving, but now he finds himself to be 4-1. Having himself a really, really nice game here on this Vel'Koz. And though Vel'Koz is very susceptible to being jumped on, there's not a lot there to jump on him. And it's going to be pretty hard to deal with as this game progresses. So Team 3 will be picking themselves up an Ocean Drake. Doesn't look like there's any bit of a contest here on the side of blue team. I mean, the lead is going to kind of take a peek. Just drop a ward, but as he does, Drake will be secured. Yeah, no, they're playing very, very well. CLT. Really nice damage coming out of this Corki. Still waiting on items, though. They're going to look for a play here onto Nexus. He's going to drop a really, really, really nice ult, though, as the Lee Sin gets knocked to the next planet. Tanglefish now trying to run away, but him and Nexus are going to find themselves in a bad spot. Nice knock up. And Lee's going to finally find himself into the play, but he is going to get knocked into the wall. Beautiful kick. What a Dragon's Rage. And this Lee Sin is just turning the fight. Make that a triple kill for Lead. What a crazy skirmish there in the bot lane. Now that results in a back to around a 2K gold lead here for the side of blue team, even though they are down a kill. If you look across the board, there is plates advantage for both the top laner and the bot lane of Ninja Turts, as well as farm leads in every single role at the moment. Zelda, though, looking to fight back, but Nexus does arrive to turn it, and there we go. All tied up in kills. Saving his mid laner there. The real question I have for today's series is how many times is Tanglefish going to jump into the enemy team? We gotta count that today, guys. He had a habit of that last split. On both Corki and Ezreal, man. Just Valkyrie into 5. Nice engage here by Nexus, but really, really well played there by Souls to make sure that the knockup doesn't come through in time. So very good peel there. Now Lee Sin is making his way down. Mind you, this is a 4-1 Lee Sin. I wonder if they consider diving. Does not look like it, as the bot lane is actually resetting. So that is down on the board. But they're going to keep trying to target Samlad. It means they are going to burn a TP. That is Nexus coming through. He has arrived. Nice Cataclysm, though. Going to keep him safe. And in the end, nothing really happens. We just burned an ult, and everybody walked home safely. Yo, what's the cooldown of this play ult? It's 0 seconds? I gotta check that in a second. Big Sex Bird, you might want to run. Tanglefish is kind of fed. He's got that Triforce now. Alright, let me check this cooldown. I swear I just saw him use this. Like, is it really that long? I'm just crazy. Yeah, that Lee Sin kick was really nice. Meanwhile, bot lane, they're going to try to utilize his bullet time, as they did CC Nexus into the wall, but unfortunately he does have a couple dashes, so he's going to find himself some safety. Now we see Zelda guy coming bot. Nexus is finding the bush. They're going to try to turn on to Zelda guy. Should find himself in an okay spot. Going to drop the ult here. I think Nexus should fall. Barely surviving. Going to drop the redemption. Heal himself up. And he goes back in and just gives his life. A bit of a mistake by Nexus. Meanwhile, topside, the first turret going over to Swaggin on Mom, a.k.a. Mr. Boofa. Nice pickup there. And Zelda has been doing some really good work in this game. Kind of keeping his team in it. But turrets are going to start falling now. And the gold lead is going to balloon here for Ninja Turts. Mid turret's on about 25% HP. Oh no, Big Sex Bird walking right into a Renekton. You hate to see it. And that should mean this mid lane turret is going to fall. Samlad is on no mana, but there's just nobody here to defend. Yakovich is on the way, but that's Cho'Gath does not have the wave clear. So they're just going to pick up the minion wave, and that's about it. But that does mean that first access to Drake is going to be Ninja Turts here. And it's Drake number 2. They're going to pick up without any contest here. But they are going to cross map, which, you know, you really love to see. They're going to go ahead and play here for the Rift Herald. Now, there are pings onto this, but realistically, it's just saying, hey, they are here. Zelda, though, none the wiser. They're going to just dive him here. The wave did get cleared. Let's see if that does help at all. Nexus taking a lot of damage, but Lee Sin's just going to come in to secure the kill as, of course, Redemption Diff item is so broken right now. No, they definitely have go buttons. There's a bit of a go button. Turning onto Samlad. Samlad does burn his flash. The Rift Herald was dropped, but it didn't even end up taking the turret. But they don't care. They just want to look for a kill onto this Hwei. And that is going to go over to Yak, who says, give me the cling cling for the bling bling. And he's going to swag his way out. And turret will finally fall. Zelda actually did TP up here for that. They're going to leave Big Sex Bird here in the bot lane by himself. Lead is going to find a nice Dragon's Raid off a beautiful safeguard onto the ward there. And that should be a kill as this MF is going to fall. Unfortunately for this Misfortune not having the game that he wants to have. And kind of pretty behind here is Quirky is going to be working on a second item. Check his gold here. He's going to be resetting with only about 800 gold, so he's not going to have that second item just quite yet, but he's going to be very close once he resets. In fact, did he even spend the gold? I don't think he did. No, he's just holding it. He just reset for HP. That's here about 300 stacks, so that's going to be stacked up here really shortly as well. So this Corki in about a couple minutes will be spiking pretty hard, which is right around the time the Drake will spawn. It's going to be a Mountain Soulless game, guys. Which I don't think really bodes well for, really honestly, either team. I guess there is some true damage coming out of this Vel'Koz, so it won't be as bad, but I think both these teams would love to have the Mountain Soul. Look at these wards here. You can see them both in the jungle of Team 3 here. Like, really nice flank wards towards the top of the map. And as I say that, Nexus is just going to go in by himself initially. But the Nexus shows up and completely one-shots the MF. Soul's now running for his life, but he should be fine. Well, wait, they're going to try to turn out of the Nexus. He takes a lot of damage, but a flash in there. Big heal coming from the Q. And now Zelda's going to find himself in a bad spot. Does flash away nicely. And then Souls is still going to commit to the ulti and find himself dead to this Lee Sin. Yeah, I was going to point out these wards. Those wards at the time, they were really great flanking wards if they wanted to do a TP in. As Zelda's gone as well. But that's really good ward control here by Nexus this game. As 2 more turrets do fall, growing this gold lead now to about 7k. And they're going to continue to hit the mid here, forcing out the bullet time just to clear the wave. And then they're trying to punish here. Nice Cataclysm is going to lock down Tanglefish, but I don't think it's going to matter. They just do not have the damage to kill anybody. Lee Sin surviving, and now it's just Yak versus the world. Swaggin' on Mom did TP in just to help out his team on the retreat. Does go pretty low. But you just see there's just not enough, as the Renekton will get shut down by the MF, which is pretty big. Oh no! Zelda arrives, but luckily for Lee, there was a safeguard. A flash in there from Sexford. They're coming back. They're trying to chase onto them. Soul's going to find a way onto them here, get a kill. As you saw there on the other side of the fight, they do pick up the kill onto the Vel'Koz. Here's the redemption. Lead is going to get some HP back. How are they going to play this? Nice dodge there on the Q by Souls. Lee's trying to kind of bait this out. They want to fight. They want to play. Nice Q here from Lee, but he does not W, unfortunately so. And both are going to fall, as it's going to be a double kill once again for this Lee Sin, now sitting at 10-1-6 with a 700 gold shutdown. Yes, absolutely. The wall diff is massive. You're talking 11K after all that was said and done. I'm sorry, not 11, 9K. I can't add. Yes, this is the first game. Yeah, Yakovich is pretty tanky. Nice fear out of Samlet. Is just going to punish Al, trying to look for that flag and drag, and he's going to find his way back to the base. Next up, they are going to be able to pick off the Nexus, but I don't think it's going to matter because he is not the carry. He is just a support. Did his job, though that is a double kill for Yakovich, but that's going to be a cool, no, a triple kill for this Lee Sin. Thought it was a quad, but in the end, Hwei does pick up one of the kills there. And that's going to be an ace with only 3 members left on the map, but this should be enough to push. Let's see what they decide to play for here. So it looks like they are going to hit the Drake. And is Samlad going to hit the inhibitor? He is not. I think that is a very smart decision. He's going to get this bot lane pushed in, though, so there'll be some damage on the bot lane turret. And now we're at 12K. That's massive. No, I gotcha. Who's winning the 100 Thieves versus Pain game? I'd say this is like Emerald Diamond average. Nice fears. I don't think Alv's going to get a chance to get in here. He's trying so desperately, but he's just going to try and find himself in the fountain once again. So they got themselves the Otacon. They've got themselves a gold lead. And with Baron spawning in 2 minutes, I would have to think this game should be ending within the next 3 to 4 minutes here. Assuming that there isn't some griefing out of Ninja Turts. I guess anything is possible. Take it for a second. What a knock up there. Oh, yeah. Really well played. Unfortunately, they can't punish it. This is Sweat League. Next is going to find himself another nice engage here as Alves and Souls are forced to retreat, but I don't think it's going to matter. Lead is now legendary, absolutely popping off on this Lee Sin. Make that a double kill. I'm sure it's going to end up being a triple kill. Oh, here in a second. Never mind. Flash away from Alves to make sure that does not happen, but the question is, can they even stop the base from falling? Is the mid inhibitor is going to go down here. They do have a bit of a wave. MF does have the bullet time. Is she going to use it here? It looks like she's not going to ult. So that's one Nexus turret going down. She's finally going to drop it, but they're going to look for the engage. MF is going to die. Alves is not long for this world either. He does flag and drag his way out of here. Oh, but nice cancel out of Souls, but there will be a double kill for Sam the Lad. And that is going to be the game. What a game won by Ninja Turts, who are saying we refused to be the best 1-4 team this splits. How about we be the best 1-0 team this split? Now they still got to win one more to do that, but I'm not saying they're going to be number one on the power rankings. Maybe I'll make them. Who knows? But yeah, really, really well played game here by the side of Ninja Turtles, picking up a very nice victory. And let's see how they respond here in Game 2 on the side of Team 3. Oh, interesting. Doesn't bring it back in. Okay. Alright, so it looks like we're jumping right into this draft. No time wasted from these two teams. It's always good to see. Alright, so bands are getting underway. Go ahead and drop a Syndra ban here for Team 3. Yeah, it was definitely scrappy. Yeah, shoot one of us a message. You can shoot me a message. I'm Jay Musis in the Discord as well, one of the mods. Go ahead and definitely shoot us a message and have a conversation. Of course, right now I'm in the middle of this, so I won't respond right away. But if not, you got CLT is also in there, as he has just mentioned, or anybody else on the mod team, if you'd like. Alright. So we are snagging a Rumble B1 from Team 3 this time. That's a flex pick, 100%. I know Alves plays that in the jungle. And then we're going to get a Ezreal here as an R1 and Mbessa R2. So far, very nice draft here from Ninja Turts. Leaning for, setting up space for this Ezreal with the Mbessa pick. She'd be pretty frustrating to deal with. right. We opted in for a Jin Karma. Not a bad bot lane here from Team 3. Does pair decently well with the Rumble, though. But then on the other sides, we end up picking up the R3 Bard. I do like the Bard a lot. It makes it so Jin can't really ever open up the curtains for free. Always got to be mindful of that ult from Bard here. As well as any engages with Rumble could be negated with a really, really well-timed Bard ult. So, very interesting pickups here. Once again, taking out the Ornn and the Scion. Okay, so they really think on the Ninja Turtle side this is a Rumble jungle. Or at least they're trying to force them into making this a Rumble jungle. So whatever is picked here, be interesting. I'm not really sure on the matchup between Rumble and Mbessa, who that favors. But I can't imagine Rumble's too bad into her. Obviously, Mbessa will scale up and become a menace, but yeah, if only. Ornn Gaming could have sent the Ornn jungle. You never know. So what is Ninja Turts gonna do with this R4? They're gonna opt for a Kayn. Okay. Pretty spicy. Now the question is this a Kayn jungle, or are they swapping and putting the Mbessa jungle Kayn top? That is a thing. So I don't know. We will have to wait and see. Alright, we're going to go ahead and snag ourselves a Nautilus. Alright, so this could be the Nautilus jungle tech. I don't recall Nautilus being played in the top lane too much currently. Also could be Nautilus support Karma mid. So there's a lot of angles this goes. And we're going to lock in the Yorick. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys what I think is happening here. I believe that it's definitely Yorick top. Rumble jungle, Nautilus support, Karma mid. That is what I think this Team 3 comp is. I could be wrong, based on my prior knowledge of some of these players. Yes, CLT, I definitely think it's going mid. I agree. And Galio. Okay, so let's assume. Oh, no, never mind. Silas. Let's assume Ninja Turt's comp is going to the places they would normally go. That would be Kayn jungle and Mbessa top, Silas mid. So, I am. There's definitely a lot of flexibility here. Understand there are 3 possible junglers on Ninja Turt's side. There are 3 possible junglers on Team 3. They could do literally anything they wanted in terms of that, but I do think that it's more basic than that. I think it'd be hilarious though if these teams committed to some more goofiness. I apologize, guys, if the coughing comes out and I don't put my mic up.
People fear what they cannot understand.
So what I'm gonna do, because I'm having a coughing fit, I'm gonna go take my medicine, put some music on. I'll be back.
My countermeasures are ready, even if you are not.
I assure you, I am quite patient. I'd rather be home anyway.
You're scared. Good to know.
You reek of fear.
Alright, I have returned. Should be okay for this game.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
We're gonna fix this again. Big Sex Bird does have to be careful as they are invading.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, looks good. It's annoying that I have to correct it every time. Alright, needs to fix that. I mean, they've made some great additions, so I shouldn't complain, right? Look at the new feature, you can hit play again and you just go back into the lobby. We didn't talk too much about these comps, because I had to leave, but just off the top of my head here, kind of looking at these lanes, I do expect
I shall perform your rites.
I would expect Karma to be able to get Prio in that lane. Probably at level 2-ish, 3-ish. I think she should win trades early on. Top is interesting. They're like both scaling champions. But the way it's looking like the Mbessa is happy with the lane, so. The Kane Rumble one is very interesting, by the way, for jungle matchups. That's not something you see that often, so. Kane is being ahead of that on the clear makes sense. Rumble should be able to duel him pretty well, though, if they meet in the river here, which might happen at the scuttle. Oh, flash in there from Nexus. Beautiful Q. First blood going over to this Bard. Very, very aggressive and really, really well played. Oh, and Yak is going to get a flash here out of the Mbessa and should be able to find himself the kill here. One more Q should eventually do it, and that is going to be it. So, side lanes, interestingly, kind of split. Meanwhile, the mid lane, Samled has no mana. As I say that, Lead has found himself a yummy Yorick. They do spot off the Rumble. He's trying to flash in to get the kill, but he's just not going to waste the E. And now he finds himself in a weird spot as Swaggin' on Mom is just slowly chipping away at his health. He does overheat, so he's going to do a lot of damage to his best, but the best gets turned right back. And that's going to be a solo kill. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Zelda guy is getting engaged on. Can Yak get this kill? He needs one more E or Q, and he just doesn't have it. Jungler trading the double buffs over. Pretty unfortunate. And yeah, CLT, Nilo is not here. I don't know what happened, but... Oh, he is here now. Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, what? Yeah, I guess he made it back for this game. I just realized that. I thought it was Soul still down there. Holy moly. Good call out, CLT. Me dying midstream did not help, and that's why I missed that. So yeah, so the Team 3 support has come back in, and is playing Nautilus. Nice dodge there on the chains. Played there by Zelda. I am just interested why they opted for the Karma in the mid lane though. I'm still trying to figure that out. Like, it's not that it's a bad pick or anything, but they do feel like they're pretty low on damage. That Monster Q does end up not succeeding, and Sambat is going to steal Karma here. Drop the R Monster Q himself. As Alves just kind of walks right into the lead. Gonna get chained up, and this Rumble is not long for this world. As Silas does pick up the kill.
The Isles remember.
Alright, so now Yak is gonna find himself in a 1v2. Let's see what he can do here. He's doing a decent amount of healing. That's a lot of damage on the lead, but lead did hit 6. So I don't think it was going to matter too much. But that does mean Maiden is completely gone. And this big advantage now on the top lane. This is Investa finds himself 3-1. Oh, Nilo walking up. They're going to do a lot of damage there onto Nexus, but unfortunately Nautilus was already just too low, and it's going to end up dying. Tanglefish being very aggressive. Beautiful use of the True Shot Barrage, nearly chunking him to about 10%. Now we do see more trading as Samlad finds himself in a weird position, but he should be able to get away there. He's going to turn it back because he does have Nexus. Vanilo has arrived, but they have the damage to kill. Sam is going to go very low, finally dying there, but a flash in there from the lead means Alv should die to this ult. Just barely enough damage from the Q. Tanglefish is also there on the backside, going to pick up another kill. And unfortunately, Nilo is going to die once again. Deadly Flourish does not land onto Nexus. And that's a 3-for-1 in favor of Ninja Turts, who are looking so strong here coming out of the gates in Game 2. Some nice trading out of the Symbessa here. Nice use of the ult, but unfortunately, I think Yak doesn't have enough damage. Oh! Flashing the Q. Yak does get some HP back. The shield should come back up soon, but it does not matter. That's going to be a shutdown. What a solo kill out of Yukolovich. Now Lino is just trying to keep this guy alive, but he's not able to defend it. And is going to get clipped. But wait a second. They're actually trading pretty well back here. Big shield coming out of Zelda. And all of a sudden, this Yorick is 3-2 and just absolutely massive. During all that, I should note the Drake was taken during all the topside play. So that's a Cloud Soul, or Cloud Drake for the side of Ninja Turts. But it will be traded here, as Alvis is going to pick up the grubs. They're now diving. Big Sexbird. Well executed there by the Jin, but I don't think it's going to matter. Flashing into the Tempered Fate to try to keep himself alive was very smart. Unfortunately, very well timed True Shot Barrage. Followed up by a Mystic Shot will result in the kill, but it certainly made them work for it. They're going to pick up tons of plates on the bot side of the map. Flash right there from Sam Ladd to keep himself safe. A nice dredge line there onto Tanglefish, but doesn't look like it's going to matter too much. Unfortunately, does not have the ult. Here comes the maiden. Does he have the damage for this kill? Looks like he might have, but unfortunately, here comes the Kane, who did go red for him. And there goes Maiden once again. Alex is going to find himself in a bad spot. Does get knocked up. Lead might have overcommitted. No, he looks like he's going to be just fine. He's able to dodge the dredge line. Meanwhile, Tanglefish is going to be able to pick up a solo kill in the bot lane, as this gold lead is just slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Four Ninja Turts finding themselves up around roughly 4K or so. Yes, sorry, Ninja Turts did win game 1. And they look to be well on their way to winning this game 2, as Zelda may fall, ends up just dodging out the True Shot Barrage. On Nexus? Nice stun here. He's going to have to be very careful. I'm surprised they are not turning onto this bar. I mean, yes, the Ezreal is very, very fed, but that seemed pretty illegal. Looks like they are going to try to turn into his direction. Unfortunately, Tanglefish is going to find his nice dash over the wall there. Nexus keeping himself alive with the Tempered Fate. But now they should be able to pick up this Ezreal for a shutdown. Nice barrier, but the shutdown does go over to Big Sex Bird. Hopefully this Jhin with this gold can do something with it. This Ezreal is just going to become more of a nuisance in this game after that 4th kill he did pick up. This team's just kind of endlessly fighting here. I don't think they're going to be able to kill Sam. That is a lot of healing, and there's just not a lot of damage coming out of this Karma. Looks like they really want to try to commit, but lead is on the way. I don't think he was really that needed, though, as they should be able to pick up the kill onto this Nautilus. He will fall. True Shot in the Rod. Just going to get the snipe there from Tanglefish. And that's just more gold going into the pockets of this Ezreal. Swagger Mom, even with Maiden on the map, picks up another kill. As at this point now, we're just clearing waves with Rumble ulti and kind of praying on the side of Team 3. Well, I hope you're enjoying your wedding, brother. To whoever is getting married, congratulations. Lead was able to pick up another Drake for his team. That was a Heztech Drake, so very good for them. It is going to be an Infernal Soul this game. If we get there. Last game we did not. With them being up about 6K, I'm not too sure if Team T3 is going to be able to bring this game back. Of course, they do have the fighting spirit. They're still trying to make plays on the map. As here's another engage from Swagger Mom, and there goes Yak doing his best to try to kite it out. Playing it pretty well. Does drop the cage there, but there comes a Tempered Fate. This should be a dead Yakolovich. I mean, even with Nilo coming, I just don't think it's going to matter, and it's not. They're able to pick up the kill. House has arrived, does get the shutdown. So it's a 1-for-1, but the shutdown does favor Team 3. Need some gold into this Rumble's pocket. Some supportal combat here. Samlad's gonna find himself a Rumble. Does take the ult there. I think I would have preferred, if you're going to take them as a Silas, maybe saving that for the Rift Herald fight, possibly. But I guess they really don't need it that much with this gold that they have. And as I say that, Nilo is going to find himself getting picked off in the jungle. Another really nice Tempered Fate in the mid lane. Fortunately for Big Six Bird, he was able to walk it out. Curtains do get dropped. Fortunately, he missed 3 out of 4 of those shots. He might be able to pick up the kill. No, Kane does have the ulti. A lot of healing. As everybody is just dying on the map here. Gold lead now up to 9,000.
I shall perform your rites.
This Bard is by himself right now. And he is just whacking away at this Nautilus. Kind of insane. Nexus out here like, I don't care. You cannot kill me. And to be honest, I kind of think that they probably can't. Big Sis Bird is going to do it a flash away from Samlad, but here comes the curtain calls. I guess he decided he didn't want to utilize that ult anymore. Oh, beautiful engage here from Swag and Mom. Another really nice Temper Fate. Turns off the tower so they can continue to go onto this Nautilus. And they're just going behind the turret at this point. They just do not care. Here comes the curtain calls. There's one shot landing. Oh, nice third shot. Nexus trying to save his silence, but he's not going to be able to do so. Xander forcing out the flash. Here goes lead. Flashing in. They're not going to kill Zelda right away. He's actually surviving. This should be a shutdown here. On to the Kane. One more auto should do it. Do they have it? Doesn't look like they do. Meanwhile, though, they're dropping the equalizers. That's going to be a double kill for this Ezreal. Tanglefish is going to die as Big Sexbird picks up his own shutdown. They should have the damage here for Swaggin on Mom. As he flashes in. Do they actually? Yes, they do. Fourth shot from the Jhin will be enough. As, they got a little excited. A little excited there. Hello. And he's going to turn onto this Drake here. It's going to be Soul Point. Going over to Ninja Turts, so that means in the next 5 minutes we could be having ourselves a soul. Yeah, I think Team 3 has shown some really positive things in this series thus far. Of course, this is never going to be easy against any of these teams, but we do know that this Ninja Turtles team does come from Group A last split. Certainly one of the strongest groups of the last split, and right now looking kind of like how they looked last year. Very, very good. But as I say, that's nice pickup and kill on the top side of the map. That's going to lead them to maybe consider hitting this Otacon. I do think that might be a bit of a mistake. I think you take the kill. Your karma is bought. This is still going to be a 4v4. Oh my goodness. Zelda, I don't know about that TP. Might find himself in a bad spot, but never mind. They're setting it up really, really well. Nice equalizer. A lot of damage onto this Kane. The flash in there. He does get his ulti off in time. Sam Leonard going to drop his own equalizer. Huge healing out of Lead. Lead's going to get shut down by the Jhin. Oh my! Huge Temper Fate finds multiple members. Does Tanglefish have the ability to carry this fight? Zelda is going to die. Yakko goes for the Nexus instead, but that is the wrong call, and all of a sudden the tables have turned. As Alves does dodge out on the chains, but I don't know if it's... Excuse me. It's not going to matter. And unfortunately, during all that, Swagger Mom did TP into the base, and is now on the Nexus turrets. So only able to pick up one Nexus turret, but I feel like that might have been just a distraction as they are leaning to do this Otacon now. Oh, nice. Oh, here from Dragon Mom. Zelda is going to fall. The equalizer, though it is good, does not look like it's going to matter too much. They're trading back. Big Sexbird has become very strong on this Jhin, but he just can't carry this fight. As pretty much everybody dies on the side of Team 3. Only this Yorick standing. But it looks like he will be able to defend the base as these three decide to reset. Got Soul here in about 2 minutes, though, and we'll see how that goes. Justice Bard is very clean. That Temper Fate, I mean, it saved the fight without question in my mind. that was Team 3's opportunity to come back into this game. So, well executed there. I just feel bad that I started having another coughing fit right in the middle of right in the middle of that. Ugh. I'm gonna breathe it out here, guys. Breathe it out. Oh no, Owl's found himself in a bad spot. So it will fall. Zelda does dodge out the equalizer. Can he dodge the true shot barrage? He is able to do so. The chains are going to land on a Nilo. And they're definitely looking to dive them. Forcing them both to back off his tower. Flash in from the cane. Nilo is going to die. And here comes the TP from Yakovic just to try to help his team. Turns are going to get dropped here. They're going to do anything, though. It doesn't appear so, as he's left the Maiden to stay splitting on the top side of the map. Big Sucks Bird is just trying to do what he can. Nice equalizer, though. Does a lot of damage. Pops the Hex Trick on Dinglefish. Dinglefish barely surviving. Pretty low HP. Oh, nice deadly flourish here onto the bar, but do they have the damage to kill? They do not. Oh, Owl's introducing the follow there. And the soul point up. He's going to walk in and get himself killed. Oh, a beautiful edge line. I don't think Nilo meant to do that. He was not prepared to auto there. Oh, no, and Big Sex Bird is going to die for those sins. Now they're going to look to try to end this game with Maiden top and see if there's enough wave clear. Nexus actually does end up falling, but here comes the TP in from Sam Malad. They're trying to clear these minions. Ooh, he's going to have to be very careful here. He's find himself to be okay. And here comes his own Maiden. Alves does respawn in time to at least help here to see what he can do. It looks like they should be able to push them off. Oh, beautiful cage out of Yakovic. He's doing his best to survive. Tanglefish got pushed into the top side of the map. They're going to try to just bully down this Nautilus. Here comes the deadly flourish. He's going to land. And Vesta is finally going to fall. Tanglefish is autoing these turrets. That means it's going to be an exposed Nexus. As Samlad's going to have to be very careful here. They do pick up the kill on to... Oh my goodness! Tanglefish, I'm speaking. What a beautiful flash true shot barrage. He's just going to end the game right in front of their faces. What a triple kill. And that's going to be it for game 2. GG. As I was speaking, that was absolutely insane. Well played to the side of Ninja Turts, picking up their first official win in the Midwest leagues, specifically the Sweat League. Congratulations to them. You know, it took them a whole split to get here, but they finally did. So it's got to feel damn good. Team 3, you know, they did what they could today, but unfortunately they just did not have it in them to get the victory. But yeah, that's a 2-0 sweep. Like I said, there are some other games I don't plan on casting. If you guys can't tell, I'm dying with this cough. So that's all you guys can get from me today. Hopefully I get better soon so I can give you guys more. But with that said, thank you guys for watching the stream and coming out and spending some time with me as always. And we'll definitely, you know, be linking up for more this week. Don't worry. I plan to do one tomorrow. So as long as I'm feeling up to it, it's gonna happen. I don't know which series. I haven't decided that part. Do have plans with the wife though, so we'll see how that all pans out. On top of being sick, who really knows? But yeah, it sounds like CLT is willing to grab one tonight, so I think he's gonna grab the late one. Here, let me tell you guys what the two series are. Real quick. because you could always, add one of these guys and watch it yourself, right? So the two series are Banana Posse versus VIP. Who is VIP? Hold on. Give me a second. Vancouver Impact Challengers. Okay, they just put it as VIP, so I was like, who's that? So Vancouver Impact Challengers versus Banana Posse at 9:30 EST. So that should be the one I think CLT can cast. And then the other one, which I don't know if anyone will be available to cast, is the Instinct versus Free to Play 2.0, which Free to Play is the newest team in the league. So I really wish I could knock that one out, but that is at 8 EST if anybody wants to watch, or if anybody around feels like casting, you're more than welcome to. But those are the two series tonight. So thanks again, and of course Nexus anytime. And I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow. So enjoy the rest of your guys' weekend.